Hello, second grade. So today we're going to be using our lines of symmetry to make a new project. Learning how to fold paper and cut paper is a really big skill, and learning how to manipulate it, we're going to be working on that for quite a while. So today what you're going to learn is how to make these paper chain people, and you can use this concept to make anything. All you have to remember is that line of symmetry and learning how to not cut off the entire fold line. So watch this video to find out how to make these little guys. So what you need is half of a piece of copy paper. So this is just your normal paper that we use at school, but I have cut it in half lengthwise. So I've got the wider part on the bottom and then the shorter part on the sides. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use an accordion fold, and we're going to want each fold to be about the length of a pinky. So I'm going to start by making my first fold. This is going to decide the size of the object that you choose to make. I'm going to fold it just like that, and I really want to make sure that my edges line up with each other. I don't want any, crazy folds like that, because otherwise I won't be able to continue folding. They've got to be nice, neat folds. Then I turn my paper over and I try to make another fold that's exactly the same size as the one before. For this project, it's really important that you don't have any overlapping paper. You don't fold it like this so there's extra paper on the edges. They have to be exactly the same size. Whatever size this first fold is, the other fold also has to be. And you want to make sure those edges line up nice and neat. Then you turn your paper again so that way the fold is on the bottom. And once again, you're trying to make that fold exactly the same size. Each section must be the same. I'm not going to fold it like this, so I've got all this extra space on the edge. And then I do the same thing here. Now I've got extra, so what I could do, I could leave it like that and see what happens, or I can cut that off. I think I'm going to wait till the end and see what happens at the end. Okay, now it's time to draw my object, what it is. And I decided for this one it's going to be a person. So I'm going to start with my head, and I'm going to go ahead and draw the full circle of the head, knowing that it's all going to be connected together, right? And then I'm going to draw the neck, and then the shoulders, but when I get to the arms have to go off the edge of the paper. I won't see the hands, I will only see the arms. So I pull my line diagonally down to the edge. Then when I start my arm again, I start it below. So where the hand would be is off the edge of the paper. Same thing on this side. Diagonal line off the edge of the paper, and then once again right here. Okay? Then I pull down for the rest of the body. And then for my legs can go out too. They do not have to touch the edge. If you want them to, they can, but they do not have to. It's important that your object touches with some open space on each side of your piece of paper. So if you were doing a flower, for example, you might make the flower petal. I'll draw it on this one right here. You might make the flower petal. Oh, maybe I'll make a tree. And then pull it in like this, okay? But as long as those edges are touching and I do not cut off those edges, then it will connect in those places, okay? Let's go back to our person. Now on this one, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out. Obviously, the head is going to stay connected to the body. And when I get to this edge, I cut all the way off the edge. I do not cut this part that does not have a blue line. Instead, I turn and I start under the arm and continue going. Oops. If I cut this part off, then my people will not be connected to each other. I will have a whole bunch of the same person, but they will not be a chain of people. Remember, when you're cutting, do your best to move the paper, not the scissors. And then when I get to this spot, I do not try to cut off the edge here. I just cut straight off the paper. And when I open it up, my people will be connected to each other. Oh, that one just barely. No, I see it. And look, I have a half a person at the end because I had half a thing left. Okay, so that is how you make your people. If you do not cut if those edges, if you do not leave one of your lines of symmetry connected on both sides, then you're going to end up with individual pieces instead of one long chain. Good luck.